self-love. I'm healed, I am delivered. But no. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Queeny KhayBee. I'm so happy that you have joined me. For this video, I will be discussing self-love. It's a topic that's near and dear to my heart because growing up, I lacked self-love. I hated myself, as a matter of fact. I hated how I looked. I just did not feel positively about myself, and that has impacted how I behaved as a teenager. It has definitely impacted, some of my relationships as an adult. And by relationships, I'm not only talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about some of my friendships and employer-employee, just relationships as a whole. And it took me some time to really come to my senses and say, no, KhayBee, something has got to go. Something has got to give. You need to sit down and figure out why you are behaving like this, why are you responding to certain things like this, and figure out the root. It has been an emotional journey for me, which is probably why it took so long to film the video, and probably why I've deleted, another video that I filmed. But it is something that is necessary, and I am gonna be bold and put myself out there, and hopefully I'm helping someone else in the process. A lot of persons walk around and they are well dressed, they are confident, they are outspoken, but like me, they lack self-love. Let me not say that as if I lack self-love, as at this moment I am actually in the process of relearning to love myself. I'm in a process of finally understanding myself, of accepting myself, and just loving myself each day. It is a process, but once you have that basis, you are good to go. Growing up, I was a very confident child. I was very outspoken. I was involved in a lot of activities in school, at church, at home, and I want to believe that I was raised in a decent home, with my sister and my mother being a single parent. She did all that she could to, raise two beautiful, intelligent young ladies who would come and be functional members of this society, right? But there's always a but. I realized that I have been very defensive, and I also can remember certain points of how I was just really not, the best person growing up. I wasn't the best person to myself as a child, into my teenage years, and certainly as an adult. And I'm glad that I'm on this journey, and I want to bring you all on it with me. And I want to also challenge you, yes, you watching. I want to challenge you to love yourself more. Self-love is not just getting up and saying, oh, I love myself, I love how I look, because for a long time I fooled myself doing that. Self-love is really full acceptance of yourself. It's understanding that you have weaknesses, you have strengths and you have weaknesses, and you're not lying to yourself, you're not fooling yourself, you're not being pretentious either. It's realizing that you are willing to take the necessary steps to improve yourself. It's also taking care of yourself much more than taking a shower, combing your hair, putting on clean clothes. It's so much more than that. It's really understanding that you do not need anybody else to like you, and you do not need anybody else to accept you. That is what true self-love is. So how did I get to confuse the whole self-love? I did not like how I looked. Growing up, I often compared myself to others, and it just became a big thing in my mind, like, KhayBee, you're ugly. Like, you're ugly. Whew, it's getting deep in here. Yeah. So I remember going to a camp. It was a Christian camp, Moorlands, and at that camp raised me, and it also built me, because at that camp I had to interact with persons, with other children who were, yeah, they were my age, but they were of a higher social class. So they were rich, or they had rich parents. Most of them were light skinned. They were beautiful. Like, the girls were so pretty. They were gorgeous. And I just thought, them, me. I had to force myself to interact, and me being KD, and I got involved. I did the sports with the guys, and I gave my jokes, and got involved in the performing arts, and I was known for that. But deep down, I was so insecure. And I remember there was a session that we had for just the young ladies. We were just talking about issues that young girls face, and I was truly amazed to know that they were going through some stuff, and they were going through like things that were worse than what I was going through. A lot of them were cutting themselves. A lot of them, have complexion issues. A whole heap of something, and I'm like, wow. And I remember they brought us on the outside. We were doing an activity, the counselors, and they said, the camp counselors, not actual counselors, but they were going around to each girl that had to be saying Psalm 139 verse 49, fearfully and wonderfully made. And they went around, and then they stop at me, and I'm like, yeah, Kitty, your turn. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't believe it. I'm not going to say it. And I remember the counselor, she had pulled me aside, and she said, you know what, I'm going to challenge you to go home every day, and you're going to, look in the mirror and say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I said, okay, fine, I'll do that. And I went home. The first time that I stand up and looking at the mirror, I say, Katie, you're ugly. Like, I couldn't bring myself to say it, and I forced myself until I started believing it. It's such a powerful thing, your brain, and it's really what you tell yourself, your brain will believe. Trust and believe. So I told myself that every day, and I started to believe it. I started to understand that God made me this way, and there's nobody else that looked like me that was perfect, right? And it was okay. I thought that I had loved myself because I started to love how I looked. I thought that, oh, I have self-love. I'm healed. I am delivered. But no. It is so much more than that. Like, that is a part of it. If you are like me and you share a similar story, don't stop there and don't fool yourself, because it is so much more than that. And that is what I came to realize, and I'm almost 30, and I just realize it. Like, Katie, you never really did love yourself when you say you love yourself. We have to come to that stage where we are 100% in love with ourselves. I've been in situations where I'm doing so much for my boyfriend because he love when we look so like I lost weight for a while, right? Like, I starved myself because I wanted to get that love. I wanted to, get that recognition. Like, I never miss phone calls from him because I don't want him to say he don't love me because I make him feel bad. Stupidness like that I put myself through. And I wasn't a child. I was not a child. But you live and you learn. And so in this self-love series, I will be discussing self-love and relationships, self-care tips, how to love yourself, and issues with self-love. because it's such a deep topic that I'm gonna be taking the month of November to discuss these many aspects, and hopefully if for one person alone, I am good. If you hear my words and you are convicted and you are moved to action, then we're good. A job done. So I want you all to stay tuned to my other videos coming out, and share it. I know that you all love the excitement and the games, and I am still gonna be giving you that. Jeffrey don't gone anywhere, but I have just felt that strong conviction. I felt it from October, and I've just delayed it because I had a lot to sort out with myself. And not to say that I am, at 100% mark, but trust me, I am loving myself every morning. Every day, more and more every day. It would be selfish of me to go through that and not share it with you guys, and not hope that another young lady like myself would hop on and just join. Like that is what should be normalized. Love yourself. Love yourself. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Episode 1 will be next. Yuh Crown.